Are we rolling?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, RXT. I've got your NC HIIT workout for Sunday, April 12th. We have 3 different AMRAPs. Each one is going to have 3 different movements. One of the movements is going to change constantly, and then the other 2 are going to remain constant. So we're looking at how well we can sustain the same type of work with a little bit of twist in each one. I want to see how well can you work through that 7 minutes, work through that 5 minutes, and then work through that 3 minutes the whole time, and each pace should be the same. So when we start at that 7 minutes, it's going to be slower than you think. When you start at that 5 minutes, it's going to be slower than you think. And when you do that 3 minutes, it's going to be the same speed because you're probably tired by now. But we're looking at how well can we hold consistency. So I'm going to demo for you guys the kind of those rotating movements that we'll see, and then I'll show you those ones that are going to stay constant. So the first thing is a sumo deadlift high pull. I'll be using dumbbells for this, even though it says backpack in the workout. We're going to get in our sumo stance, so that's going to be feet just outside of our normal squat stance, slightly pointing the toes out. When I sit down, I want to make sure my hips go back and my shins are remaining pretty vertical. That's going to allow me to stay pretty upright. I'm going to go ahead and grab my dumbbells. You can hold them in any way you want to, whatever's going to work best. This way is probably going to work best. I'm going to just let my shoulders hang down, push my feet into the ground. Once I get to this standing point is when I can bring my elbows up high and then return the dumbbells back down to the ground. When I touch the dumbbells to the ground, only has to be one side, one head of the dumbbell. So we'll go sit, and then pop the hips, and then lead the elbows up high. That is going to be our sumo deadlift high pull with our double dumbbell. The next thing is going to be a double dumbbell swing. If your dumbbells happen to be too heavy, then just go down to 1. We're going to be staying in this wider stance for the majority of these movements because I need to be able to swing both of them through my legs. So pretty similar. I'm going to allow my hips to go back, shins are vertical. I'm going to squeeze my hips forward as hard as I can and allow those dumbbells to float to about eye level. So we are doing a Russian swing in a little bit wider of a stance. We want to make sure that we can get as much of this as we can to allow that dumbbell to go forward as well as up. The last thing is going to be a hang muscle snatch. So we're basically upping the movement, like literally taking it up to the ceiling. First thing was that high pull, second thing was really working those hips. Third thing is going to be putting it all together. So it should look like this. We want to make sure that we have a pair of dumbbells that allows that transition to occur as easily as possible. If you find yourself like heaving and pressing, then maybe we went too heavy, and we could always just switch down to 1. So those are our 3 movements that are going to be rotating. The other 2 ones are a front squat and a tuck up. So we are pretty familiar with those. The front squat, I want to challenge you guys to hold in that much more frustrating front rack position for a front squat. So I'll be holding my dumbbells at the top of my curl, elbows in front, and then heads touching, squeeze my abs, and sit myself into the bottom. If this is way too difficult, then of course you can go to our normal front rack. How well can you guys allow your hips to sit in between your ankles while your foot stays flat and your knee travels over your toe without allowing any of this? Any of that fault in the middle and upper back. So that is our dumbbell front squat. I'm encouraging you guys to use some dumbbells today rather than your backpack. And the last thing is that tuck up. So tuck up is the smaller version of that hollow hold or that V up. So it makes it a little bit easier just because you're probably going to be doing a lot of them. I like to set this up so you guys can prepare for your hollow hold. I'm gonna lie on my butt, lay on my back. From here, I'm gonna give myself a physical cue, kind of just push my low back into the ground. I'm going to lift my legs into my hollow position, and then lift my upper body into my hollow position. From here, I just want to close and open. So, return into the hollow, touch my feet, and then return back into the hollow. That'll be my tuck up. So it's gonna look like this all together. I have a 7-minute AMRAP of 10 sumo deadlift high pull, 10 front squat, 10 tuck up. I get to rest a minute, and then I'm gonna go down to a 5-minute AMRAP of 10 swings, 10 front squats, 10 tuck ups, rest another minute, and then I'm going to go into a 3-minute AMRAP, 10 hang muscle snatch with my dumbbells, 10 front squats, and 10 tuck ups. So a good amount of work for you guys. I'm gonna encourage you guys to do this one and see how well you can keep those rounds consistent. That is our Sunday's NC HIT workout. If you guys got any questions, let me know.